Leave a comment at the end of this video and you could win one of these 4 RV books.
Today I have invited author Minchey, who's been living in his RV for 6 years and written many books on RVing. And I've invited him to talk with us today. You're retired and you're still working. You're still working.
Quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah, and you're very productive in what you do, because I see you wrote a lot of books on RVing, and you also wrote a book on living on a sailboat, and then some other books that are very interesting as well. We're going to be talking with him because I was really impressed with your background, because you have a bachelor's, I'm going to read it here, because you have a bachelor's in electrical engineering. You attended Harvard Business School. You hold 5 patents. You worked in NASA as a computer design engineer. And on top of all of this, you also have a pilot license. So you've been really busy throughout your life.
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's pretty exciting. Wow. I was really interested when you brought these books to the campfire meeting, because I think this is awesome for people who want to explore the RV lifestyle. There's so many great books that he wrote. We're going to talk about some of these. This one is A Motorhome and RV Retirement Living, the most enjoyable and least expensive way to retire. So who do you think would benefit from a book like this?
There's 10,000 people a day turning 65, and that's the market.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are turning to living in an RV. All right, then this was the one that really interested me a lot, was The Secrets of RV and Social Security. This must be a juicy book.
That's the bestseller right now.
Is it? It's a lot of hints and tips on living on Social Security in this book. That's awesome. So this is a great book if you're interested, if you are living on Social Security, and it's living frugally, right?
Pretty well.
Yeah. This one, which is RVing weird and funny things I've seen. This should be a good laugh.
That's just a kind of a, let's say, a good laugh. It's not a lot of how-to. It's just funny things that I've experienced, seen people do. And
yeah.
One lady was undoing the sewer hose, and the raccoons had got in there and little claws made holes in it. She was all dressed up to go out somewhere, and she was straddling the thing. She pulled the handle, it just sprayed all over her.
Wow. Oh my gosh, raccoons.
They had to move to another campsite because that was just totally messed up.
I didn't see this one before. This was Home No Longer Has to Be a Place, the Pros, Cons, and Joys of the Motorhome and RV Lifestyle.
That's one thing about changing the title instead of a place that no longer has to be one place. In other words, home could be several places.
Right, and that seems to be easier to do nowadays. I know it's more people want to be mobile because it's so easy now with everything that we have, GPS, everything's mobile phones. You don't have to be tied up to a house, so you can be anywhere at any time. That's a good one. Okay, what about this one too? This one is RVing, Less Hassle, More Joy, Secrets to Having More Fun with Your RV, even on a limited budget.
I see a lot of people just getting really stressed out on particularly setting up camp and taking it down. It's more about how to have more fun and be less stressed on it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, sometimes we think about too much, but just be free and do it. Okay, what about this one? This one's called Tidying Up. So who would benefit from something like this in the RV?
That was more for the general public. Everybody could have need to be tidying up and get rid of stuff. But also it's got a couple of chapters on for RVing that especially for doing the RV. You really have to get rid of stuff. You go from a 2,000 square foot down to a 200 square foot house. So you really got to get rid of a lot of stuff.
I know. I notice a lot of people. The people who want to cross from that to being full time. This is the problem. They have a big problem with this. This is something that sets them back a lot because they keep thinking, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. But maybe something like this would really help them get motivated and understand. It's really just about following some steps.
Yeah, a lot of people say, well, I can never RV. I got too much stuff, and they say it just like they were born that way, like nothing they can do about it. They just got too much stuff.
Well, I think too that it has to do with the amount of time that you have before you RV. Because if you still have a couple of years, you really could do this in some time and give yourself the time to get it done. Every month you can do a little bit at a time, so it's not so overwhelming just before you leave. And then this one, I'm interested in this one because this one is living on a boat, and I'm interested in getting a sailboat in the future and also traveling on a boat. So this one, tell me about this one.
That was more or less, well, my son and several of my friends lived on a boat, and I got all their information and put it on that. So
That's awesome. This will help a lot of people with that as well. So this is the one that he gave me that I've been reading. It's called Quit Your Job and Live in an RV, the complete guide. And this was doing really well on Amazon. This is the most recent one that you've written, right?
Right.
And this one shows you how you can living this life, the RV lifestyle. You can work less and because your expenses are going to be less if you're living in the mobile. And you have some good resources in here, some books that you like. You mentioned them in here, especially for people who work on the road. I thought that was pretty good that you also include some of that in here, some of the things that you thought were helpful, especially a lot of the YouTube channels that because there's so much information that's free out there, and for anybody that wants to watch, you give a lot of the YouTube channels that are out there that are doing this lifestyle, and you even the videos there that are important.
the ebook version of those, you can just click on those and go to them.
Yeah, that's really helpful, right? The other one that you wrote, which I thought was also interesting, it's called Advantage of Moving into a 55 Plus Spark, How to Enjoy Your Retirement Even on a Budget, which I think is pretty good also because people full-time, and then there comes a point in their life where they don't want to always be full-time. So at a certain age, you may want to just move into an RV park and be there maybe with your rig and go part-time and then still have a place during the winter to stay at. So this is another book, if you're looking for something like that, this is another book that'll give you a lot of information about moving into an RV park and the things that you have to look for.
Well, that's not as much as an RV park. It could be, or just a 55 plus park for like modular homes like the picture.
Oh, okay, so not just an RV park, they're just modular home parks. So there seems to be a lot of them opening up nowadays. Jerry, thank you for coming and talking to us about all the books that you've written and all of the experience that you've had, and you've included all your experience in these books, so that's very beneficial for everybody out there. What are your future plans right now?
Just continue RV. I don't see any time to stop it. So I said, if you get too old to drive your car, just put it behind the RV and tow it. So that's my plans.
That's right. Were you living in a house before, Jerry?
In a condo.
You were living in a condo, and then you decided to move into an RV?
And I decided to do the RV instead of the condo. I didn't, a lot more freedom and a lot less expensive and more fun.
Right. And why did you pick a Class A? Is it because you picked a Class A motorhome versus like anything like a fifth wheel or anything like that?
Yeah, mine's a 34-foot Class A, so it's way bigger than I need for just one person. But the advantage of Class A is it's got a ton of storage in the bays that you don't have in the Class C's or smaller. So mainly for full time, having all the extra storage,
right.
Particularly if there was 2 or 3 people, would be the advantage. The one I've got is way too big for me and too much storage. But
can you tell us what kind of RV you have?
I've got a 2002 National Sea Breeze, which I think about 2008 National went out of business, but everything in there is made by somebody else anyway. So.
And you tow your car as well?
Yeah, I had to tow a Prius. I would have to do that with a dolly because you can't tow the Prius with 4 wheels down. That takes longer to set up and undo. If I was going to be driving and stopping a whole lot, then having 4 down is a lot easier way to go.
Right. What inspires you to continue to doing this RV lifestyle?
I got into it and just loved it. So I like one different place. I don't travel a lot. I like to stay in one place for a while. But I like the Florida in the wintertime and the North Carolina mountains in the summer. So I don't like cold weather.
So where do you go back now in the wintertime after you leave Florida?
Outside of Asheville, in Black Mountain and Old Fort and Pisgah National Forest and some of those areas.
Some of those areas there. That sounds nice. So you do some camping off-grid as well?
Yeah, I like a lot of the national parks and national forest. And you can only stay 2 weeks, 14 days. Not near as much space available in the eastern U.S. as out west, but there's enough. So I can go 2 weeks without having to dump sewer or take on more water. So 2 weeks it works just fine. I'm ready to leave within and go somewhere else.
Because you have a generator and you have a solar panel.
Yeah, I've got one solar panel, which since it's portable, I can move it around facing the sun and put it at an angle, so I get quite a bit of power, but it wouldn't be enough without the generator.
Do you find that it's easier to work when you're writing books, do you find that it's easier to work at an RV park, or does it make a difference? Do you go out to these places out of the way and just want to be quiet and by yourself, and it's easier to write there and write your books?
I like it more productive being out away from the RV parks, but some of them in the boondocking, sometimes you don't have internet, so because a lot of them doing their actual writing, you don't need the internet.
Right.
Some of the research you do.
Yeah.
Well, one place where I'll be staying next month will be in the national forest, where I can walk up the mountain a mile or down the mountain a mile, and I'll get internet. But right where I'll be camping, I don't have internet.
Do you have a hotspot?
Yeah.
You do have
But
a. I think you said in that book, you said you have the AT&T Mobley or something.
I use the. I got three. I got AT&T Mobley. I use Verizon, and I've got T-Mobile. But AT&T Mobile is one I use most of the time because they had a program for unlimited for $20 a month,
Right.
which they don't offer now. But
Yeah.
I use that to watch television and do all kinds of things with it.
So you find with those three, you're pretty much able to cover your needs for internet? Because I find for me it was really difficult because I don't have a plan like that, and I know when I travel I had a lot of hard times. I have to go to Starbucks, or RV parks are not equipped with good Wi-Fi. So do you find with those three
Yeah, those do.
you got everything you need for
Yeah.
internet?
I sometimes go to coffee shops when I'm in the places where the boondocks where they don't have any internet at all. I got to go somewhere to get my hotspot work.
So you can get your books, you can get them on Amazon, you're available on paperback, and they're also available on Kindle as
Right.
well. Thank you, Jerry, for coming today and talking to us about your books. It's
Thank
been
you.
a pleasure.
I love your place here.
And whenever you want, you can come back and boondock at my property. When you're back in Florida, I'd love to have you back.
Thank you.
Guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, please share it, and please subscribe. Follow us on social media.
Living in an RV. Louis, could you believe this?
That's fine.
How'd she decide to come and sit here now?